Well, it's recording whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Whenever.
Oh, I mean, it's ready.
Okay. I thought we were still.
It's on the beat, make it boom.
Yo, what's up, everybody? And welcome to another episode. Let's talk about it. My name is Alan Ford, and always with me.
Why you say your name like that?
How did I say it?
You said real aggressive.
Alan Ford? Man, it's been an aggressive day. Let's just keep this going.
I'm Will Hill.
Yes. And today's documentary is about the girlfriend that didn't exist, the Manti Teo story. I was practicing that all day.
It's part of the Untold series on Netflix.
Yes.
It's a bunch of sports stories that they dive deep into the background of what happened and stuff like that. What is it? How do you say it? Manti Teo?
Manti Teo.
Manti Teo.
Yes. It was different ways of pronouncing his name on that show.
Oh yeah, if you listening to it, they say it in 15 different ways.
Yes. The former Bear. No, he played one season with the Bears. He's a former Bear. He played a playoff game with them. So there you go.
Hey, one time for the one time.
One time for the one time. But if y'all don't know the story about Manti or about Teo, let's just call him Teo.
Okay, Teo.
Okay. If y'all don't know the story about Teo, he was the first guy to get catfished.
I wouldn't say that.
He
was the first public figure.
The first sports athlete. The first known athlete.
Yeah, to get catfished. Yeah. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Before this documentary, I thought that he just faked his girlfriend. Period. Yeah. Now, apparently, everybody knew. Well, some other people knew that it was a catfish. I didn't know it was a catfish. I thought it was just a bald-faced lie.
Right.
So watching the documentary, I was like, oh shit. So he wasn't just lying to try to have an excuse to have an edge on the field. My man really got fucking catfish.
He got catfish. And I'm talking about the dude who was catfishing him, who is a transgender now. Let's point that out. The dude that was catfishing him did the voices. I'm talking about he did the girl voices. He said,
yeah.
Well, she said now it was all her or him. This is confusing.
Them.
I don't know. It was all. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. The pronoun.
Yep. Use the proper pronoun.
They said it was all them.
Right.
At the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did all the voices.
Yeah.
So what was? Never mind. They.
Right. His.
So wait. So they're from Hawaii, correct? Or
yes.
Pacific Islands.
Yes.
From the Pacific Islands. And I love the 3 F's. Faith, football, family. Or faith, family, then football. Right. That's all they do.
Well, faith, football, and fake ID.
Fake ID. So with all that being said, they play football. I didn't know Teo had a bunch of family in the NFL. He had an uncle.
I don't think it was Teo. It was the
other dude.
It was the other person.
Other person. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of Pacific Islanders have made it in football because they have just a stockier size to them. But the catfisher had a lot of family in the NFL. His uncle, cousins, and stuff had played at the collegiate level, D1, made it to the actual NFL. Crazy. So I'm like, man, I felt like he had no choice but to play football. And it's like, also he felt the same way. It was good. It was like I want to be like as a former football player myself. I want to be like, damn. I want to be like it's a waste of talent. Like you could have made it to the NFL, but since you were you felt who you were. I'm glad this person can now live outwardly the way
live
they
their life
full
time in a dress.
100%, man. However you feel the happiest, do that shit.
Hey, Caitlyn Jenner now. There we go.
I'm not watching that.
I keep saying Bruce. I'm not watching that one. I was just saying inspired a lot more people to just come out, be who you are.
That was before Caitlyn.
Who was it? RuPaul, you're right. Drag race, RuPaul, yep. But that's beside the story. It's relevant to it, but he was really Teo. Let's get back to him. How it started. He was really good. He was a highly recruited inside linebacker that went to Notre Dame.
Hey man, he was gonna go to
USC.
Yeah, he was gonna go to USC.
He wanted to go to USC.
I don't think my faith is that strong.
No. I can't get it
because to me in my head, bro, knowing that Notre Dame is it Dom or
Notre Dame,
whatever, South Bend, Indiana,
okay,
is a Catholic college, Catholic University, and for you and your faith to want to go to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was highly confusing to me. I never understood the move.
Well, if he would have went to USC, he probably would have said, "Can I meet up with the girl Lana?" Lonnie, was it Lonnie?
Lonnie.
They used the name Lonnie as a fake persona. Took somebody's profile pic. Took all these other pictures
from a girl that he went to high school with. They went to high school.
That they went to high school with. No, they went to 2 different high schools.
They.
Oh, okay. This is confusing.
The Catfish. How about that?
The Catfish went to high school. They went to
with the girl picture that he used,
and then used his picture at the time was a boy. Used his picture for his cousin. So when on Facebook you used to like the relatives.
They used to, yeah. This is early Facebook.
This is early Facebook. This is like because Facebook was 2007, so it's 2009. Facebook was like 2 years old.
Yeah, this is early Facebook where you really didn't have like strangers on your page. Everybody was family. And
I understand that, like, to get away, you want to be somebody you're not. At that time, you can't really tell nobody that.
Right. No.
It was different.
I mean, especially again, with the setting they had, the culture, faith, family, and football. Like
that's all it is.
But even in their culture, even at the end, they were saying they have like a role in the community for people who are trans.
What's the role?
I forgot the name. What he called it. What they called it. Because remember at the end, they was in a dress and saying that they can live as it's not really a he or she. It's kind of like an in between type thing, and you can live like that. So it's like with that being an option, I kind of wonder, why didn't they take that route sooner? But I understand the pressure that they had to become a football player.
You have to tell your dad that. You don't know how your dad gonna take that.
Better than tell him Catfish.
Yeah, way better. You don't
Teo,
take that.
The superhero on the Pacific Island is.
He's that train, but to keep that persona up and up, man, he was balling out too. Like Teo was balling out every time he would contact Lonnie. He would like it. Because he was in a place he's up north.
Yeah,
South Bend, Indiana. It's cold. He's from Hawaii. He don't know who to talk to. He's up there by himself. I think his best friend went there with him. His best friend from high school went there.
Did he?
Yeah, his best friend from high school went there.
He was there.
With him too. And he's just feeling nervous. And he played great for 4 years. He stayed all 4 years, which NFL to be ready for NFL, I think he should stay all 4 years. But
no,
you think he should have left after his junior year?
When it comes to collegiate sports, you should leave as early as possible. You can go back and get your degree. Your body is going to fail at some point.
For football, I think it's different though.
No, I mean, well, football, you can't go to 3 years out of high school. Period. That's why people wait their junior year.
Right.
And
unless
I think
you're Johnny Manziel, who went his sophomore year.
Yeah, but he had a year off.
It's a red shirt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he was 3 years out of high school. 3 years out of high school to be eligible for the draft.
Down the line, we're gonna do a Johnny Manziel documentary. That's an entertaining story.
Yeah. So I think he should. I think if you're in that position to go make millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Because he cost himself millions of dollars from the contract. You know what I'm saying? Because of the whole thing. And if he did it that 1 year before, it'd have changed everything for him. You know what I'm saying? He more than likely would still be playing at a high level, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because that draft stock, that is on you for the rest of your career, where you got drafted.
It is. Actually, he still would have been, he was runner-up in Heisman. He still would have been first round.
Yeah.
The whole
girlfriend
Catfish thing. Yeah, girlfriend thing. That kind of messed him up.
Right.
That messed him up.
And the truth got revealed his senior year, which fucked him up a lot. Okay, let me ask you this.
Tip. A unanimous. Actually, white people with computers is a dangerous thing, by the way. It's like he didn't know. He did not know it was getting catfish.
I was just about to ask you that. I was going to ask you, do you think Teo is at fault for not knowing he was getting catfish?
No, he's not at fault.
Because a lot of people in the doc was like, how did he not know? How do you not know? What do you mean, how do you don't know?
Right.
Like,
then the actual TV show Catfish shows you how some of these people not know.
To this day,
they don't know, because you can change your voice. Technology, you can do a lot. You can change your voice. You can,
right.
I think Skype was a big thing back then, right?
Maybe early on, because they wouldn't do video calls.
Yeah, so it wasn't like really video chatting. Like that.
It was there, but not as big. Yeah, readily available.
So you're on the phone. On the phone, you could just pass it to a girl or just change his voice or something like that. And you don't know that. And plus, he's playing college football. He's busy as shit. Yeah, you really busy doing. He was trying.
100%, because you are still a student athlete with the student being first. You still have to go classes and study, and then go fucking play football on,
especially at
Notre
D1
Dame level. You know what I'm saying?
Notre Dame is an academic institution, man. It's hard as hell to get into Notre Dame.
Yeah, they don't play that shit.
They do not.
You gotta. You're still a student.
Yeah, and plus his goal was to get to the NFL, and you got to sacrifice. You can't be around everybody all the time like that, especially if that's your goal.
But then he had that the good old boy persona. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, Mr. Don't Do No Wrong. By his faith. I mean, he still didn't do nothing wrong, but
and after she died, if it was me and I ain't seen her in a while, I probably would have forgot about her. But after she died, he was contacting the family still, just because he was a nice guy.
I don't think so, bro. I think he was all the way in on it. You know what I'm saying? He was in love. You know what I'm saying? So when that happens, you've been talking to this person for years. You know what I'm saying? You call this person your girl.
Right.
You went your whole college life not talking to other women because that's who you with. You know what I'm saying? And with his faith, of course, he all the way in on it. He say, I love you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Right. All the way in. It ain't no games. Ain't no forget about, because the catfish chose not to make sure that he got over it. The catfish. You know what I'm saying? It was dead. It was gone. Could have been gone through. You know what I'm saying? Chose to keep it going. It was messed up. But they even said it in the doc. They realized it was messed up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they, at the time, that's what they chose to do. So, I don't know. I don't blame him. A lot of times throughout the doc, I was like, man, how do you not? You know what I'm saying? How do you not?
Then it explains how you not. I felt for him. He was just, he didn't do anything wrong. The only thing he did wrong, he was too nice. Yeah. That's the only thing he did wrong. And, and then they go to the national championship game and get spanked by Alabama. But Alabama was on a whole different.
Yeah, but Teo didn't play up to his potential that game.
His potential?
He was missing tackles. I'm not saying they would have won. I'm not saying they would have won, but he missed a whole bunch of tackles that game.
Far from that game. Alabama was on them backs was on a whole different.
Missed a whole bunch
of
tackles.
Different weight room than what Notre Dame had. That's what I'm like. Who are these grown motherfuckers? Eddie Lacy, he had Yeldon, T.Y. Yeldon, T.J. Yeldon in the backfield. I forget who the quarterback was, but they won 42-14. All they did was run the ball most of the time.
Anyway, back to Teo.
Back to Teo. Whoever got that unanimous tip, USC, Stanford, who else arrived on Notre Dame? Whoever, one of them boosters probably did that. Unanimous tip.
I mean, because I remember they were, the student section was fucking with him because his girlfriend had died. I'm like, damn, that's, yeah.
One of them schools, Michigan State. Got about Michigan, one of them schools.
Shit, what I was going to say, I forgot.
Purdue. I forgot about Purdue. Will went to Purdue, everybody.
Okay.
At the time, Teo was in. You had to.
I didn't play.
You didn't play.
No.
But you went.
Yeah.
And you hated Notre Dame. So there we go. So the unanimous tip was Will Hill. It's like his girlfriend did. She wasn't real. Let me test this.
It got broke out because the unanimous tip went to some journalists of that sports site.
I forgot the sports site. It's not even around anymore. But their whole purpose was to make ESPN look like a fraud.
Yeah. The whole point, the whole reason this even came about is because they felt like all the major news outlets missed this. And so they just wanted to be like, we figured it out and y'all didn't type shit.
And then ruin somebody else's life.
2 people's lives.
2 people. Well, that guy. Well, they shouldn't have.
They had it coming to them?
Yeah, they had it coming. Eventually, you lie. What? Who says it? J. Cole said it best. What doesn't shine? What shines in? That did. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I know the old saying, "What's done in the dark shall be brought to the light."
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried to quote J. Cole for something, but
that didn't work out at all.
That's good. Oh my God. But yeah, man.
So they started the digging. I'm like, yo, they had to have some females on their team. Because only women, I feel like only women could figure stuff like this out.
I think it was just them two, though.
I know they had that one guy who was good at computers, digging through a whole bunch of stuff, and he kind of really broke it loose.
Yep.
Just digging and realized that this person really didn't exist, and I'm like, that's insane. Just from a few clicks, you can just realize it affects. So you can realize that this person don't exist, like crazy.
That I don't know. I felt sorry for this man. This whole documentary. It's like this dude was so nice. He was actually a good NFL career.
Yeah.
He got a pension, so he's getting paid still.
Did you learn anything new from the doc about this?
No.
You knew all this?
Knew all of this? I didn't know what the person looked like.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything about that. But then the Dr. Phil interview came back. I was like, oh, I think I remember seeing this interview a little bit. But him, his
yes, in the Dr. Phil interview where they made him do the girl voice.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Wait,
it was like, it's got to be in the dark. I got to be like laying down.
Teo's best friend is like, well, they should work for Disney or something. All these voices he can do. Like, what?
Bro, because they had like professional voice analysis.
Yes.
Was like, there's no way he could have did these voices.
Right.
And then they cut to him doing the voice.
Oh, man. When it first came out, I was like, who the hell cares? Like, y'all just ruined this man like this. And
I think at the end of the day, that's why I stand. That's why I never realized it was a catfish. Because I didn't care. It was like, okay, I only care about him and how well he played football.
Right.
Is he playing football well? Okay, I didn't really care past that. It was funny. But then, like, now knowing all that happened, the memes were kind of fucked up.
And I did learn something new. I learned, like, when some of those, we wonder, like, how are these players so good in college and they get to the NFL, they bust. He said, like, he would get numb in his feet and come all the way up to his arms.
Yeah,
so
the nerves.
The nerves, and the nerves are real different in the NFL than in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that. I didn't know that. Like, I was like, how do these people just a bust like this? And he was working. He didn't do like no Jamarcus Russell or nothing like that. He was working.
Yeah, no, you
it's just when it comes game time, it's a whole different feeling.
You play any sports in high school?
Huh?
Did you play any sports in high school?
Basketball. I played football for 2 years and basketball 4 years.
You didn't ever get them feelings like right before games and stuff?
I get that before I go up.
I was gonna say for comedy, yeah.
Stomach wise, yeah, but
I haven't had it
performing like football wise. I didn't really practice either. So
I haven't had them nerves in a while. I used to get them all the time for stand up. Now it's just kind of. I mean, I haven't had any big pinnacle moments happen recently. So
okay. But yeah, I understand that. That's the only thing I got really different. Everything else is like, okay, this person's a woman now. It's like this Dr. Phil interview looks familiar, but the only Dr. Phil interview that stands out to me is the
Catch Me Outside.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
That and the guy came dressed as Dr. Phil when Dr. Phil interviewed.
Was that real? I thought that was a spoof.
No, that was a real interview. That guy really did that shit, and Dr. Phil didn't even do the interview. Those two stick out.
Stop playing. Okay,
I'll show you. But those two stick out, man. That was funny. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing really different from it. It's just he just sucks for being a nice guy. That's all it is.
Yeah, nah, man. He got suckered into it, man. He was still probably a great person. That's something like you could tell that's something that is passed down in a household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's still gonna be a nice person. You know what I'm saying?
Because his parents were talking to the family too.
Yeah.
Well, not the family.
They were talking to the catfish about the family.
About the family.
About the fake family and stuff.
He did a whole Nutty Professor thing.
Brung is his little sister, right?
Watch Martin, man.
Brung his little sister to meet Teo.
Yep.
That was like, bro, just the whole thing was just so much. I'm like, man, I really don't know how this person went through all of that. But I mean, some people trials and tribulations are deeper and darker than others. That was messed up. And keep it a buck. I mean, listening to him talk in the doc, he recognizes it. So like me, I feel like I don't have to beat down the bush. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And keep saying that was messed up. They recognized that it was messed up.
Could you catch it right away if that happened to you?
I think so. Like, cause especially now, I feel like it's way harder now.
Oh, you would have kept FaceTiming until it happened?
Or
not everybody got FaceTime, though.
Bro, you got Google Duo.
Facebook Messenger.
Everybody, everything, every phone has a camera on it.
Right.
And so, but then, Manti tried to catch him up. Hey, send me a picture holding this sign with your initials and the date. And this person reached out to the actual girl and had her do it with another lie talking about somebody was sick and it was to help support them. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do remember that. She actually sent the picture. This be easy if we remember the person's name. I don't remember. It started with an R. Like Ronnie or something.
The catfish, man.
The catfish, yeah. The catfish person. Oh, God, this is so hard. Why is everything so difficult with the pronouns now?
We're trying to make it work.
Trying to make it work. It's like,
this is still fairly new.
I didn't even think about that when you're watching. It's like, all right, cool. And I'm thinking, I'm going to jump here just say a bunch of beep and all that stuff. Like, oh, no, I got to watch what I say in that sense. Everything else. We didn't say nigga yet, did we?
On this one? There wasn't no niggas.
Oh, okay, no niggas. It's open now. We can say anything. It's open.
It was in 2 parts. I feel like they could have got all that done in 1 part.
1 hour,
yeah, like it was a lot of unnecessary talking.
The first episode was just talking about football.
Yeah, straight up building up. I'm like, y'all don't have nothing else to do. I mean, I felt like the catfish owning up.
Story to tell. Like,
I feel like the catfish owning up to how messed up it really is really cut the doc short, because like at no point do you have to try to dive deep into their psyche. They just owned up to it as it being something terrible that they did. You know what I'm saying? Usually a lot of the docs try to dive into the mental psyche of the person. The person's like, no, I did it. It was fucked up. My bad. I wish I could take it back. You know, all that good stuff. It's like, well, we don't have a story here. The fuck, you're remorseful.
You know, the second episode, they said it was an hour. It was ended 4 minutes early, and they went to a preview of something else.
Yeah, the more untold stories.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point of making this an hour? This could have been told in an hour and a half.
All right, so what you rating it?
Rate what I rated? I give this a 3.8. Mainly because nothing really changed in the story. Didn't need to be 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And by far, it's the shortest episode we've had so far. This one,
I mean, we aiming for under 30 minutes. It's
a
quick listen. I'll give it a 3, actually.
Okay.
I give it a 3.
Better. You've learned from last week.
I give it a solid 3. That's it. Nothing higher, nothing lower.
Why you give it a 3?
Because it's not something I'm going to retain. I'm not going to randomly come out with this Teo fact. I didn't care. Still don't care. It's a catfish. You know what I'm saying? I was glad to know that Teo didn't just make this person up to try to get some type of motivation out of it.
That's a lot.
I didn't know. I didn't care. For me, I look at him as a football player. I don't really care for him as I don't know him. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it in the capacity of his work as a professional football player, and that's all I cared about. Like, he's in the game, he's gonna make a tackle, he's gonna be good on defense. That's all I cared about, and that's all I care about. Right. So I give it a 3. It really got a 3 because it was too long for no reason. I think showing the path to him not choosing USC and going to Notre Dame unnecessary. Could have just started at his collegiate career. You know what I'm saying? Dive right into the whole girlfriend thing. I like how he pulled receipts out and had the voicemails, though.
Voicemails?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they was trying to say, he's like, no, listen. You know what I'm saying? And then the catfish, what's wrong?
No, I'll look for it later.
What? Your watch?
My house key.
Oh, this man loses everything. Yeah, so it gets a 3 for me.
Oh shit! I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but it was all right. It wasn't the best.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better. It's better Untold.
To be honest, this one's supposed to be what episode? It took us a minute to watch this one. This how.
No, well, I mean, I watched it in one sitting.
We got through it.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't like the other.
Yeah, I was on my phone and stuff. Yeah. It was. I was not all the way intrigued. Yeah. So it's a 3 for me.
So y'all go ahead and watch that one, but that concludes this episode.
So what's the next one?
The next one is the N1 documentary.
N1.
That's an interesting one. I like that one.
Yeah, this should be fun.
That's an hour one. It's worth the hour.
Oh, all right.
It's worth the hour.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. As always, I'm Alan Ford. Follow me at Ford of Comedy. At Ford of Comedy. Right. Wait, hold on.
Pointing to his nipple.
At Ford of Comedy right here on Instagram and Facebook. And
I'm Will Hill. You can follow me on all social media platforms. Simply just Will, and we out.
all right. Peace
It's
out.
on the beat, make it boom.